A lot of feminism is represented as making women powerful and heroes and badasses and, bringing out like heroic women's stories, which is wonderful. But I think the vast range of humanity that women can encapsulate is actually the real anti-sexist work that we need to do.
Tell me about the movie you're making. It sounds very exciting and very big.
We are starting Thor 4 soon, called Thor, Love and Thunder. And Taika Waititi is directing, Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson and Christian Bale are all starring. And it's really exciting. Yeah. In this, Jane Foster becomes the Mighty Thor, which is a character from the graphic novels where it's like a female Thor. So she becomes a superhero, which will be, exciting. I'm working on the muscles.
Are you working out?
I'm trying. It's been a lot of like lying on the couch and eating donuts during quarantine. So it's a little bit more of a hurdle than normal times.
The nice part of filming in Australia is your whole family is with you, right?
Yes, it's amazing. And this is such an incredible country. And we feel very, very lucky to be here together.
When you took a break from filming, you decided, I'm going to write a children's book. What made you want to do this in the first place?
Well, I read books with my kids every night, and I realized that so many of the classic stories that I loved as a kid and that I wanted to pass down to my kids had predominantly male characters. And so I was like, what is that telling both my son and my daughter if the characters I'm telling them to feel for and relate to and whose stories deserve to be told are mainly male? And so I thought, I don't want to just throw away these stories. When I would read them, I would just change the pronouns while I was reading them, but that gets kind of tricky. And also they figure out how to read themselves at some point. And so I decided to retell fables that I loved, that I thought had really valuable messages to in our moment in history, and just make the animals reflective of the real world where there's lots of genders.
I really appreciate the fact that you're disrupting sort of the cultural conditioning that we've all been exposed to since we were very little children.
Storytelling for me is such a practice of empathy. We sit with characters, whether we're watching a show or a movie or reading a book, and we care about someone else's feelings and what they're going through, and we feel with them. We cry when something sad happens to them. We laugh when something joyful or funny happens to them. And we're practicing something that hopefully we go out into the world and then practice with our fellow neighbors and citizens.
By the way, I want to give props to the illustrator. The illustrations are so cute and charming and beautiful.
Yes, Jenna Mattia is so wonderful. I'll show my daughter's favorite page is the hair dance party.
Oh, I was just looking at that.
That's
so
her
cute.
favorite. And Jenna is just incredible and created so much humor and joy and beyond my wildest dreams.
You do a dedication at the end to your mom, which is very, very sweet. And it's a drawing by your mom, and they're reading RBG.
Yes, there's a wonderful kids book about RBG that my kids love. And so she captured them, my son reading it to my daughter. And I think about one of her brilliant quotes that she said, putting women, and I paraphrase, on a pedestal is just another type of cage.
I love the fact that you're using social media as a way to flex new muscles for yourself, explore different topics.
Well, thank you for saying that. I mean, I stayed off social media for so long, really preferring to be private. And then I realized it was a great way for me to connect with people directly.
I'm so excited to meet you also. Well, me too.
And to also give an idea of the things I care about, to talk about the books I read or the dance I'm seeing or the food I eat I think it's so important to who we are as humans and how we connect to each other. And then, of course, this is a moment in history. I think that it's not possible to be silent. To be silent is to be complicit right now. And I've felt that it's necessary to speak up about the things that are happening.
When we say Black Lives Matter, we're not just talking about police brutality. We're also talking about all areas of life.
I wanted to ask you one last thing, Natalie. Tell me why you wanted to get involved with U.S. women's soccer.
It was very similar actually to the genesis for the book, because I saw during the Women's World Cup my son relate to the female players in the same way he related to the male players. Like, he was talking about Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan in the same tone as he was talking about Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, and just saw them all as humans. And I was like, this has massive cultural impact if boys grow up venerating female athletes and the way they look up to male athletes. That is absolutely central to creating a different next generation.
Well, it's so exciting, and you're busy doing so many awesome things, Natalie. And as somebody who's admired you from your very early days as an actor, I'm just so happy to see you and to watch you as you continue to grow and do amazing things.
And thank you so much. I follow all your reporting and interviews, and it's so incredible.
Well, thank you, Natalie. Well, I think we should join the Mutual Admiration Society. So.
Yes.